Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox community. It's been another crazy, crazy week in the world of video games overall. Yeah,
I feel like it's been...
Did you not see the announcement today from the Nintendo Switch, from Nintendo? Super Mario RPG remake coming.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's huge. That's one of my favorite games of all time.
That is good. I have been playing Mario Wonder this week, and it's been pretty fun.
That looks good. That looks
when have you had time to play that? You've been playing games with me. When have you ever time to...
You feel like you feel cheated on?
I kind of feel a little jilted.
Betrayed?
Yeah.
What have you guys been playing?
We beat Lords of the Fallen, thank goodness.
Why, thank goodness?
It got a little monotonous at the end.
Yeah, it did.
A little tedious.
I'm not going to say the game is bad, but it's.
They don't do the...
I actually stand by... I think it's a C+.
I think
B-. I'll give it C+, B- range.
Yeah, I think after playing the rest of it, it's gone down. What did I give it? A B?
You gave it a B+, I think.
What caused it to go down?
A B. Performance, man.
Oh, yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
Performance
is important.
Yeah. The game running.
When you say performance, you mean like
frame drops, network issues.
There are parts of the game where you have to run and jump gaps, for example.
Okay.
But right as I get to the gap, the game stops for 1 second. I'm frozen for 1 second, and then the game continues. And I, of course, pressed A during that freeze, but now I'm just falling off the cliff.
Well, and what's really funny is the further we got in the game, the worse the performance got. So it almost felt like...
Yeah.
Like you could tell which levels was Friday at 4:30. You know? Like, shoot. It's Friday,
they were like, let's just ship it.
Yeah,
let's just ship it. This is good enough.
Kind of, yeah.
So...
Oh, that's a shame.
Hey, well, not to knock on the developers. I mean, I had fun with the game, and I hope I think it's actually a good Dark Souls 1-esque, because I really like their map design, how things intertwine with each other's. I love the way they do magic. I think that's one of the best features actually in the game is how they do magic.
I wish other From Software games had magic like this. It's good. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I give it a solid C+, B-.
But we beat it.
Yeah, we beat it.
That's good.
And it was funny. Jordan was worried that because we beat it for my game first on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
We beat it on my game first on Tuesday, and then Jordan was worried that I wouldn't hop on Wednesday to help him beat it.
Yeah, I just
because I was like,
only one
check
boss
that
left.
off the list. I'm done.
Yeah.
And Jordan's text to me was really funny too. When he's like, it's like he's pleading. I should pull it up. It's like he's pleading.
That makes me laugh. Yeah. Oh, hey, will you please come help me today? Right? You're going to help me still, right?
Hey, do you mind helping me with the final boss?
Yeah, because we only have... Well, and actually, it's not the final boss. The final boss is like a gimmick fight. The boss before the final boss.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny about that is I had already told him the day before that I would help him. That's his first text to me was, hey,
well, it sounds like he had good reason to fear if
we got to get this done.
It went that bad at the end. That is too funny. I do want to shout out Super Shocker, who just gifted 5 XoneBros memberships. Thank you very much, and congratulations to everybody who's become a member. Huge shout out to Super Shocker. You are the man. What is a membership for the XoneBros? A membership is a membership over on our YouTube channel. Come to YouTube, hit that membership button, join us. I think actually it's a join button. It says join, and then you become a member. What do you get as a member? You get loyalty badges. Super Shocker's got a gold one because he's been a member for that long. You also get access to anything that we put up behind the scenes, one of which is Warcraft Rumble Clan that we dropped to our members only. We did get some, did Reactor Leak, did you get a hold of Reactor Leak, Mr. McSpicy?
We'll do it.
Okay. Reactor Leak didn't leave a message there, so we do have a Warcraft Rumble Clan going for our members only. Also, we drop videos there all the time. Our favorite video at the moment, video series for members only, is our Baldur's Gate video series where we last left off, Jordan trying to shag the Grendel, the giant troll.
Oh, that's where we're at right now.
Oh, that's where
I actually think we're past it. It's just
okay, because that one, that was
we're way past it.
Well, you opened that door.
That's. Whew. Just look.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't the option is can I join? And didn't I?
I egged you on.
Yeah, like
join.
hey,
Yes, see what she says, and then they tried to kill us.
They're not into that kind of
So
thing.
yeah, come support us. Appreciate everybody that supports us. Means a lot to us. Thank you very much, everybody.
Speaking of Lords of the Fallen, beat it just in time to uninstall it and have some space for Call of Duty.
That's right. How's Call of Duty?
Because that game takes a...
I'm seeing some mixed reviews from Call of Duty.
Yeah, so I played today. I was going to play last night, but there was a technical issue where I accidentally deleted what I installed. And it's a pretty big game, so I had to reinstall it. So I played it today. And I was excited to play the campaign, and maybe this is why I shouldn't do reviews, but I've heard a lot of people say the campaign sucks, so now I'm not excited anymore.
So I've heard from people who I trust that they enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes, right? I haven't started yet. I played a few multiplayer
rounds. There's a little
rounds.
bit of the post, and maybe there's not, but it does feel like there's a little bit of the post. Call of Duty is now owned by Microsoft. Hate fest going on.
Well, there's a couple that I trust that they said it was they were like, meh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that. Well, no, but
yeah.
Is this it right
but
here?
they're not saying it's bad, right? Is it bad? Is it bad?
A lot of people are saying it's not very good.
I'm just going to skip ahead.
Interesting.
We'll throw this on the
So
Why?
screen.
What is your impression so far?
I haven't played the campaign yet because when I heard that, I was like, man, I'll jump into multiplayer. Now, I've not played when we played DMZ for a little bit,
Yeah.
and DMZ was fun. I at the time I felt like it needed a little bit of work, so I'm excited to jump back into that and see what's going on. If they have changed anything, I don't know. But I've been out of Call of Duty for I'd say 9-10 months.
You're looking at me like...
Yeah, because you
for a
were
purple-
who I played DMZ with.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just say 10 months.
Dude, I don't remember.
Yeah, let's say 10 months.
It's been that long. Spicy does not remember.
I don't remember over 2 weeks. I have a 2-week window, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have to let
Yeah.
us know next week.
So anyway, I played multiplayer today. Multiplayer seems faster. It seems a lot quicker.
Is
But
it
that
good?
also
Is
maybe because I haven't played a twitchy shooter in
I
quite
remember
a
now.
while.
Yeah, it was about 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got there. I had to live out my last 8 months.
So wait,
one thing-
your game downloaded and then undownloaded from you
Okay, so this is what
happened?
Because they're okay. This is
What's going on?
No.
Oh, can
So-
I
you
tell you-
hit manage and delete.
No.
It actually will delete.
No. So what happened is you have to download the stupid Call of Duty HQ, right? Which is basically their hub.
I saw the
for all
size.
of-
Isn't it
all of their games.
177?
Yeah, it's ginormous. So
Yeah.
So-
It's time. We need the memory expansion.
yeah.
Or it's time we start compressing files.
Or it's time we optimize.
That's
Yeah.
even an even better idea than...
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
That came up in the news this week. Optimization.
compression
Baldur's Gate having to go to the Series S. Guess what they discovered?
can be bad.
Oh, we can make this almost 40% more efficient. Oh, we just did. Oh, it's on the Series S, no problem. It's just lack of trying. Not lack of trying, I won't say that, but for instance, Nintendo Switch being forced to fully optimize their games makes all of their games fully optimized and awesome.
Which is why when you get a game like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, that were literal garbage, it's really surprising.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in the sense of, but let's just stick to the performance. I mean, the opinion of the game, we can have that discussion later, but the performance of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was terrible.
I hate bad performance, David.
Yeah,
Lords of the Fallen had pretty
feel you.
bad performance.
I feel you. I heard it was terrible from two guys I trust.
Yeah.
And what's funny about Lords of the Fallen is when you start playing it, if you're fresh, you're excited to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
As it gets going, the performance gets worse and worse and worse. What I've heard is it's a memory leak causing the performance to go down. So as you're dying, that is not the game to have performance get worse and worse as you play.
Yeah.
Start it bad and then have it get better to kind of balance out the...
Memory add, not a memory leak.
Yeah. Were those... I don't think those are opposites. Adding and leaking?
So Jordan,
Yeah.
what happened with your Call of Duty?
Oh, yeah. So
177 gigs though.
Yeah, I had to do it twice.
Nuts.
Thank goodness we don't have data caps anymore. Remember when that was a thing?
Well, it's still
a
thing.
thing some places.
Oh, that's
But
that sucks.
They were trying to make it a thing here, and we revolted.
It's still
like our ancestors before us.
We said
no.
It still is kind of a thing.
We showed them how big
It's just-
Call of Duty was, and they were like, "Oh, okay."
In your contract that no one ever reads, it's on page like 56 on the addendum at the bottom.
It's like terms of service with any game. We can ban you for any reason that we want.
It basically says like it says
no one ever reads that.
you have
No,
unlimited
no one reads
internet unless you hit the 1 terabyte threshold.
And we reserve the right to throttle you.
It's
And
like
then,
the fast
yeah, it's
talking
in
at the
there.
end of the commercial.
But at least you're not paying for that here. That's the big difference is
Yeah.
which I think they're still trying to push that, but it makes no sense. Data caps it's the dumbest thing in the world.
Well, yeah, because it's not like there's any extra work involved.
It's a plumber that goes into your house and he puts the pipes in and then he wants to charge for the water that goes through your house. You know, the plumber, not the city, the plumber.
Yeah.
That's not you don't make the water. The water you don't make water.
You're the pipe.
You're the pipe. That's what your job is.
You're the pipe guy. So what happened with Call of Duty, Jordan?
Oh, yeah, back to that.
So I was in the HQ thing, which I mean, I guess it's basically like
We'll just repeat one more time. 177 gigs.
It's like like Battle.net Steam, right? It's basically a hub for all the Call of Duty.
Doesn't that
games,
make you
right?
sick? That size? That size makes me sick.
Yeah.
177. That's we're getting like I was saying it earlier. Compression is not necessarily bad. Compression's bad when it becomes bad. Like you get
Amen, brother.
But compression is kind of a look at what compression did to music. We used to have it, on records. Now we have it on our phones, anywhere we want because of compression.
Anytime, we don't even have it there. It's streaming through light to us.
Yeah. And then you can get your audio files. Well, I prefer FLAC. I prefer
Let me
uncompressed.
tell you.
Okay, but
Let me tell you.
you can actually have the compression not so
Let me tell you,
compressed.
the only way I listen to my music is with a 100-karat gold connector.
Hey,
So it comes through.
I do appreciate.
It comes through pure, okay?
There is definitely a diminishing return bell right there. Just like at a certain point, there's only so much gold lining can get you so far. But 100. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
177.
I keep derailing this conversation, but that's ridiculous. That makes me sick.
Do they not like? I don't know. Is there no need to optimize games anymore? Because why?
Well, I don't know if it's.
Do you think Xbox?
I just don't think
do you
they-
think Xbox and PlayStation go to them and like, hey, make it as big as you want because we can sell memory.
There's no data caps here.
No, we'll sell memory.
I don't know.
We'll sell overpriced memory sticks.
It's got to be something to do with the resolution of the assets and stuff, right?
Yeah. I just know. You remember when Battlefield was how Battlefield was, and then they said, you know what, we're going to do uncompressed sound, and then the file size tripled or quadrupled that just by that alone.
But it did sound good.
Yeah, but it could have. I think it could have sounded good.
Okay, here's the thing. If there's not a word, if the word simulator is not in your game title, you should not be 177 gigs.
You know what's funny is on our I'm sure some of this conversation might go into some of our shorts or or even comments on our YouTube channel. I'm gonna have some audio files, compressions of the devil.
Okay. Hey, audio files.
Yeah,
If you're listening, no one cares.
they care.
Yeah.
And to an extent, I agree. I mean, I hate listening to an MP3 back in the Napster days. Do you remember Napster? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when you would get those 96 kbps files? Oh, the music was like tinny. The sweet spot was like 196. That was where you wanted it. And then like our file for.
Dude, I was the kid that would wake up and listen to the countdown of the week, and then you would hit the record button on the cassette and hit the stop before it went to commercials.
That's awesome.
And you'd create your cassette.
Did you ever have the Talk Boy from Home Alone?
From Home Alone? Yes.
Yeah.
So good. I remember being very disappointed with what I could do with it.
Because it was up to your imagination.
Because
that's really what it was about.
Because Kevin McAllister knew how to use the crap out of that.
No, yeah,
thing.
this is Kevin McAllister,
And
the father.
And everyone was like, I want that. And then I got it, and
And then
I couldn't do what Kevin McAllister could do with it.
it's like somebody that sees the violin and somebody play it, and then they get it and they suck.
Now you want to know? Oddly,
That's what
you want
happened
to know?
with
Funny
you.
enough, what I did? I wonder if I have those tapes anywhere too. I would make radio shows with my friends.
I bet
what we would
those
do.
are gold.
Yeah, I bet you they're
Find those, and we will release those to our members on
like,
YouTube.
"Oh, it's, blah, blah, blah." And we do it like radio DJs, and then we'd like put music in between them. And
And this is, I wonder what you would have said as a teenager in the
In the
90s.
early
Yeah, think
2000s.
what you're getting out of this mouth right now is mature, David.
Sure, imagine what a teenage late 90s kid.
Imagine those jokes.
That was definitely the Wild West of the world.
Oh, that was the best time.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think, yeah.
I watched a video
Yeah?
of Green Day playing for the first time at their high school in 1990.
I've seen that video.
Super cool.
Phenomenal.
Super cool.
They were super talented. I wonder, David.
Yeah.
They're
I
Canadian,
was
right?
watching that, and we're connected, on YouTube
Oh, yeah.
with our channels and stuff. That it's like, you know what, this guy might watch that because
I'm sure it did.
I think one of the best ones I've seen is Rage Against the Machine.
I saw that too. That popped next for me.
Yeah.
It was Rage Against the Machine at a college. Was it no, it was a high school.
It was a college.
It was a college.
Yeah.
And it's their first like public performance.
I am so glad that somebody recorded that because it's like going back and seeing history, and Rage is so good.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, they are on point, and it blows my mind that their first performance they can be as good as they are, and same with the Green Day stuff. So you're probably getting those,
Yeah.
because that's my YouTube rabbit hole that I go down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh
It's meant David is so wrong about music here. Compare Spotify to Tidal, and it's 9 day difference. I don't know. Do I know what? I don't. I know Spotify. I don't know Tidal though.
yeah.
I'm
And-
not. For the record, I'm not an audiophile at all. At all.
I am without the money. You need.
The poor man's audiophile.
I'm a poor man's audiophile. That's why compression to me is fine. Because I
I'm gonna go to this fancy restaurant.
I don't have the
I got
$6,000
Taco Bell.
I don't have those $6,000 headphones.
Oh, Tidal is supposed to be high def audio streaming.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, they use
Interesting.
FLAC files.
Interesting.
That's how they stream those suckers.
Okay, finish your story, Jordan.
Oh,
What was the story?
177
yeah, I had to
gigabyte
download
Call
it
of Duty.
twice. Because I was on.
the gameplay going in early.
I was on there because you have to download it through Call of Duty HQ now. That's what you download, and it has like Modern Warfare, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, all that stuff, right? It's basically just a hub for the game, and you have to install them. So I installed the game, and then I went in and I was like, oh, let me check out Warzone. I haven't been there in a while, and I hit install, or I hit play, and it said, hey, you don't have these files. Please install them. So I hit install. And then it took me to my Xbox, and I was like, oh, you don't have enough room. Clear some space. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do this later. So I went to, it says free up space or it says cancel. So when I say cancel, I mean, hey, I don't want to do it right now. Don't pop up again in 5 seconds. And it did it. It popped up again in 5 seconds. Well, it's hey, it's not free. And I said, okay, that's why I said cancel. Right?
Yeah. Didn't listen to you.
Yeah, I did. And then 5 seconds later, and this goes on for 10 minutes. So every 5 seconds for 10 minutes, 'cause I'm trying to get through the menu and just play the game. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my goodness. So I hit the Jewel and I went to my games and apps and I hit clear because you can clear your downloads. And apparently when I hit clear my downloads, it says, oh, you don't want Warzone. Okay, we'll just take the whole game away. And it literally deleted the entire game because I wanted to install Warzone, but I needed 27 gigs, and I didn't want to clear it right now because I was like, okay, well, I don't know which game I want to get rid of or what ones I want to move, so I'll do it later. And it kept bothering me. Yeah, it was frustrating.
Would you have preferred to have the little paperclip guy come and help you as you were going along?
Yeah, I actually think he would have.
Clippy?
Yeah.
Isn't his name Clippy?
Well, yeah, Clippy. Yeah, they should bring him back.
He was highly
same
popular. He was
thing.
highly annoying at the time, but when you think back about it, he was just trying to help you.
So we.
Hey, you remember Daryl from The Office? He calls and he says, hey, you remember that paperclip? Yeah, where is he?
Oh,
Because he needed help. Yeah, that was a funny episode.
So the same thing happened with Baldur's Gate. We didn't actually get to do our playthrough this week because
David forgot to turn
for
his
some reason
computer on.
it was just gone.
I know why.
Game fully downloaded later Monday night because I left it on my desk. Come back, So I'm like, okay. So I close it up, put it away, open it up later because I'm going to jump into City Skylines on my lunch break. Guess what now shows that it's not there again and is re-downloading? Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
I don't
full
know
game, yeah.
The full game again, though. So, like, completed Monday night late, came back the next morning, not completed. So I haven't touched it since then. I'll see where it's at next time I open it up.
I mean, I'm not a developer, so I wouldn't know, but obviously they had to, it couldn't be patched, whatever they did.
Yeah.
So it had to re-download.
Yeah.
That's a big patch.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
their
and that game's
40
what, like
maybe it's their
90
40% optimization that they saw.
Isn't that like
it's
a
like
90,
34%.
90 gig game, something like that?
It's 90, 92, I think. Maybe 95.
Yeah, it's just below 100.
Games are
I
so
want to say
big.
95.
I mean, we're used to that because of other games, but that's still, if you think about it, if you only have a 1 terabyte hard drive on your console, that's 10% on one game. Jeez. Call of Duty's 20%.
So much.
Yeah, so
That's frustrating.
So I didn't play the campaign, but I played some multiplayer. Again, it might just be it feels really fast, but that might just be because I haven't played in a while. But one thing I do like, and this was announced before, like I didn't really follow a lot of the Call of Duty leading up to this, so a lot of people already know this. But a lot of their maps that they have in there, if not all of them, I don't think it's all of them, but a lot of them, they have all the maps from Modern Warfare 2 remade in Modern Warfare 3. So it was really fun because you can play on Afghan and Rust is there because it was, but Rust has been there for a while. But yeah, and all these maps that are really cool from Modern Warfare 2, and you're playing through them like, oh yeah, I remember this. The one I remember the most is Afghan because that's the only freaking map I ever played in Modern Warfare 2. It's the one with the desert and there's a big plane in the middle and you always get shot there.
That sucks.
Nothing's changed, by the way. Just throw that out there.
Yeah, that sucks.
Let's talk World of Warcraft, shall we?
Yay.
Let's talk World of Warcraft.
Wait, why?
Because WoW's Season of Discovery is happening.
I'm very excited for that.
Yes.
I know
I'll say
you're
this.
excited, Jordan.
I'll say this now. I
Text
told
us
you guys
all.
earlier.
And I said I have committed.
Yeah, do I need to buy it for
I'm
you?
in.
Because you no one said anything until I started saying I'll pay for it.
No, you don't need to. I said that I'm in before you said that.
No, you didn't. I said I will pay for you guys because no one was saying anything.
Well, no one was saying anything because I'm at work.
Yeah, same.
And I didn't put my phone on silent, and I'm at a shoot that's in the middle of a big crowd. That's quiet, and then it's Jordan going, "I'll buy it. Just play. Tell me. Talk to me. Guys, buy this game. It's good."
I was at work too. When
No, when someone doesn't respond in 5 minutes, it's not like we're not ignoring you.
yeah, that's how I take it.
We're doing something.
Yeah, that's how I take it.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm all in.
Yeah. So yeah, Season of Discovery.
So give me the features. What is WoW Classic Season? Here's the thing. That's now a part of Xbox, so we can talk about it, guys. I'm very excited. Also, I do want to take a minute and shout out both Beast and Zulabus. Zulabus, haven't seen him in a while. Welcome back to chat, baby. Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Season of Discovery.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft.
Basically, kind of like we talked about last week. Season of Discovery is their new classic WoW or classic World of Warcraft game that they're doing. What it is so a little history. A lot of people have been asking for Classic Plus for a long time.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like Classic.
David
myself included. Maybe a hot take, but I told you guys earlier, I think World of Warcraft Classic is one of the best, or probably the best MMO ever made. And I would even count that going into TBC. And even though Wrath of the Lich King is my favorite, I get why people are frustrated with it. But anyway, I just think the original trilogy of WoW, which is classic, by the way. Also, another hot take, Cataclysm is not classic. I'm just throwing that out there. People can get mad. It's not classic.
Get mad at him.
It literally changed the world to what we have today. It's not classic. It's not. It's really not. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I played Cataclysm, had some fun with it, but it's not classic. It's a different era of WoW. There's many eras of WoW, and that's not
Worse era.
Wow.
Isn't there like 11 eras of WoW?
Yeah. I mean, there's the original trilogy, what you can call, up to the Lich King, right? I would count that as all classic, right? And then you have like Cataclysm, Miss of Pandaria, and then I think did you have Warlords after that?
Of Draenor.
Yeah, Warlords, and then you had Legion.
I got that reference.
I like the.
So I would cut it off there because Legion. Then you had Legion, so Legion is like another era of WoW, and then I guess you could say like Legion going all the way to current is the new. I don't know, because Dragonflight's a little bit different too. So I guess Dragonflight's the newest era. So there's like 4 eras.
I wonder how many personalities have been talking to Jordan. Like, we just witnessed him having a conversation with himself.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Going back and
Anyway,
forth.
hot take: Classic WoW is just the 3, and that's it.
How many versions of Jordan
Exist?
Yeah, because there was Jordan. What would you call it? Jordan 1.
That was
started at the beginning.
I would say that's protagonist Jordan. Then there was
Jordan
antagonist
You're
Jordan.
you're doing classic. You're doing Cataclysm. This is not classic.
I know. I was looking for it while you were droning on about Draenor,
You son of a bitch.
and I just grabbed WoW gameplay.
That cataclysm bullshit.
I think.
Yeah, I just became the villain in Jordan's
Hey,
mind.
I did a lot of. Hey, man, I'll admit I did some high end stuff in Cataclysm, but Cataclysm is like WoW 2 because it was a complete revamp of the world.
This gameplay is WoW, though, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, well that's what we're talking. We're talking about
Yo,
both.
we need classic though,
No, we don't.
because we're
Well,
talking
and this
about
actually may not
season
even
of-
We're
be
talking
Cataclysm.
about both. He was talking about both.
This may not even
that
be-
whole villain monologue that
Actually,
he just gave us.
I don't even think that's Cataclysm. That's a Worgen, which was introducing Cataclysm. But anyway, that might be anyway.
Who are we talking to now?
So maybe
Jordan 4?
maybe that is Cataclysm.
Jordan
looks like-
3 just
So sorry.
responded.
Okay.
Okay,
Seasons of Discovery.
So Seasons of Discovery. So a lot of people have been asking for Classic Plus, which basically is Classic, but they want people to add more stuff, or they want Blizzard to add stuff like content that was cut and you know, stuff like that. Like, hey, can we just have Classic? Like, can we have the spirit of Classic, but new content that follows that spirit of Classic?
Yeah.
So Blizzard's response was, okay, and this is what they're doing. So see, it's called Season of Discovery.
Wasn't
And-
Blizzard's response to Classic originally was, you think you want that.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
but you don't want
That was.
That was. The
I would
Diablo 4
say
moment.
that was Blizzard's arrogant phase.
that was definitely an
We're
expansion.
right now. We're in the rebuild the team phase.
Yeah.
Back to basics phase.
Well, because it was like that was a very
arrogant phase.
annoying comment
Have
because
you
they
seen
talked
that there's
about
like a panel?
they
David,
talk-
have you seen it?
Yeah, it's actually. I actually do feel bad for him now because he's
I don't
never
think
going to
I've
live that
seen it.
down, and he eventually became the CEO, the president of Blizzard. And what's really funny is, and a lot of streamers pointed this out, it took a year for his hair to go from dark brown to gray, and he was president during the downfall era
wow.
of stealing breast milk from the fridge and all that stuff. Like.
Oh, poor guy.
That would, yeah. I kind of feel bad for him, but that was a pretty stupid comment.
We'll have to watch it. We'll have to watch it in the members.
He basically says, you think that somebody says, are we going to be able to play Classic? And he responds, you think you want that, but you don't.
Do you remember having to spam need a tank, and Stormwind for hours? Now you just hit a button and you're taken to the dungeon.
Yeah, Jordan 3 knows.
Well, there's actually a lot of issues that come
That's
along with
sarcastic,
hitting.
Jordan.
There's a lot of issues that come along with hitting that button.
Okay, so Season of Discovery.
No.
When does
Season
it drop?
Discovery, November 30th. So
Now,
not too far.
Now, the biggest feature of Season of Discovery is the rune engraving system.
Yeah. So what's really cool is they're adding stuff, right? The only thing we know about right now is the runes. So they're adding stuff. I actually like that they're doing this. Now, come day one, if there's a billion bugs, we may have to reevaluate this comment. But no public beta, no early access, no nothing. Everybody starts on November 30th. And the reason I really like this is because you have that sense of when did WoW come out? 2008, right? You know, 2008, I think. Anyway.
No. Wow.
Yeah, or was it 2004?
It was 2004.
Mark, can you look that up?
What am I looking up?
May have been
I'm
2006.
getting you Classic gameplay.
It was between 2004 and
4 and
2006
8.
because I was
Between
in
4 and
I was
8.
in British Columbia with the first time that I saw it.
What's the question? What was the...
When
did
did
it
Classic
drop?
WoW release? Like the initial WoW, like WoW. I think it was 2000. Was it? It was probably 2004.
was
No, or
2004.
2008.
Oh, I don't know.
Because
No.
I think Warcraft 3 was 2004.
It was between
and WoW was
2004 and
2008.
2006 because that's when I was in British Columbia.
No,
and
I'm
the first
gonna,
time I saw it,
I'm
was
going to call it
2004.
here. I think Warcraft
there.
3, like Frozen Throne. I think that was like 2004.
That was
right?
2003.
Maybe that was 2003, and then WoW wouldn't have been. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's 5 or 6.
I know I'm right
If you're gonna
because
look it
I
up,
know
Mark.
where I was when I saw it for the first time.
Well, just because you see something. For
I
the
was
first
in
time.
British Columbia.
I mean, I saw.
And I was in British Columbia from 2004 to 2006.
But I saw Star Wars for the first time in the 90s. It's not when it came out.
Well, that's That's not the same argument at all.
Yeah, because did it come out? Sorry, did it come out early? Is there a possibility it came out earlier than those?
I no.
See?
Anyway,
Matt Boswell, he's got us. 2004.
November 23rd, 2004.
so my first
Yeah.
guess was
and
second
fun
guess was
fact, it was winter because I was up by Alaska and I couldn't go outside. That's how I saw it for the first time.
and that's when he first played it.
When I first saw it.
I had my...
So that's right.
so,
So
yeah.
I can confirm. That's right.
Very good.
All right,
Very good.
that's right. Anyway,
So Jordan was right, or David was right.
They're all over the place.
we were. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So back to compression.
So what season of Discovery, they're not going to do a public beta. So no one other than the rune system, no one really knows what exactly they're changing. You know, will there be a couple new quests here and there? I mean, we do know that they're adding a new dungeon at the current level cap, which will be 25 for this. But basically, it's classic WoW with additional content, and the main content is those runes. Now, what those runes will do, I believe there's 3 rune slots for your armor pieces. You basically attach those runes, and those runes give you class modifiers, right? And they were talking about, giving mages different abilities. During BlizzCon, they mentioned like, oh, do you want to be a warlock tank? And stuff like that. So these runes will have heavy altering changes, which is really cool. Also, I believe they said there's going to be 100 runes.
Is there?
And I don't know if that, but you're going to discover these runes, probably hence the
So
name
is
Discovery, right?
Is Season of Discovery, is it a separate download or is it the classic download?
Well, I'm sure it's in the classic client, right?
Okay.
But no worries there, because I've actually recently downloaded Classic on a laptop, and it's like 6 gigs. Actually, I think that's Wrath of the Lich King Classic. It's like 6 gigs. Classic itself was not. You know what's funny?
It's a whole world optimized Call of
this
Duty.
Is, seriously, 2004 is not that long ago if you really think about it. And this is how far we
19
have.
years.
This is how far we have come in technology. I downloaded Classic WoW, and I really think, let's say it's 5 gigs at the most, just Classic. I think Lich King is like 7 or 8, but just Classic it's like 5 gigs at the most when I downloaded it, and I was like, I remember installing this on 5 different discs.
Yeah.
And you're just thinking like 5 gigs, that's nothing, and you're like, you had to install it on 4 or 5 different discs when you first got it.
There were some games that was like a rite of passage. Like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
When you're like, I made it to disc 2. You're like, yeah.
When you look at that thing nowadays, and you're like, I can put that on like a cheap flash drive from the Walmart vending machine.
That's nuts.
Goes on my keychain.
With its own operating system.
Yeah. But that's probably why since memory is not an issue, optimization is not an issue. Like less and less optimization.
Because hardware has gotten so good,
Yeah.
game developers rely less and less on optimization.
Yeah.
I think.
Which is how Baldur's Gate finds 34% because it's optimized for the Series S. Just
Anyway,
saying Baldur's Gate.
Let's just optimize
Just saying Baldur's Gate, Larian Studios.
so anyway, yeah, Season of Discovery coming out November 30th. I texted these guys today because I want to get a group together. Maybe we can start an XoneBros guild if anybody wants to do that. And I'm very excited. And the reason I'm excited for a lot of things. One, we're all jumping in on November 30th. I mean, let's be honest. By November 31st, someone's going to find all the runes. They're probably going to have an add-on that you can get or a YouTube video that you can watch to find all the new stuff, right? I mean, that's just the nature of the age we live in.
And ruin the whole experience for us.
It'll be 2 days in.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be 2 hours in,
Yeah.
the way we've optimized leveling. Because let's be honest, Classic isn't necessarily the hardest game, right? I mean, there's challenge to it, but it's not necessarily overly difficult. Anyway, but
The hardest part about that game is
Cataclysm,
optimized.
and you don't like Cataclysm?
no, this is a different video.
This is vanilla.
yeah,
this is
that's
vanilla?
vanilla. You can tell by the
Look, can I
graphics
say?
for one.
Yeah, but even though the graphics, it's beautiful.
Oh, they're charming. It's like
beautiful.
RuneScape. It's charming.
I wouldn't say beautiful. I would say charming.
I think it's beautiful. I think charm
No.
is beautiful. This is beautiful.
This is charming.
Okay, it looks better on that screen.
There is. This is charming, not beautiful. There's a difference.
Like, look, running. I want to run through this world
that
to the horizon.
That's what it'll do. Well, and that's what's great about Classic is because the game is 1 to 60. The game, like the problem with MMOs nowadays, and I mean current WoW even falls into this category, is it's all about the end game, right? WoW Mark, you always say you're about the journey, not the destination.
100%,
World of
yeah.
Warcraft Classic was about the journey. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it so fun, I think.
Matt Boswell says it gets very mundane, David. So many back and forth quests.
See,
Yeah,
but
okay.
it's about the journey. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, look,
Quite literally
I'm not
about
gonna
the
say I'm
journey.
not going to say Classic is perfect.
Literally journey.
There are quality of life improvements
And
that could be
that's-
done.
and that's
you know,
one of them.
And that's
But look at that. Look
all
at,
of those quality of life improvements lead to
Like it looks
but-
good, and the way they have to, because your distance of view is not great, and so they mask it by having that phase out in the horizon there. That's beautiful.
But
This is beautiful.
What Classic did, and a part of that charm is playing with people. Like it's an MMO first.
I don't.
You know,
I'm gonna say what I've said before. I am excited for. Let me preface this. I'm gonna preface what I'm about to say with this, and here it is. Are you ready? I'm excited for Xbox and Microsoft to own Blizzard so that they can get back to basics and see if they can recreate what made them so special in the first place, because they've kind of gotten away from that.
I don't know
They
if you can do that with a modern audience.
If they can do that with World of Warcraft, very cool.
Good point, Jordan.
Number two that I'm going to say is exactly Jordan's point. I think the model of MMOs in this form is probably dead.
Yeah,
And that's what
Well-
I've said before when I say Grand Theft Auto is the new MMO.
well,
Like, that's, I don't know that we'll ever get back to, because this had never been done before in this way, this well.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's a hard thing to tell. For example, like WoW is, I mean, you could play it solo, but the game is designed around playing with people. I mean, you could tell that when you play the game just by the class design. For example, warriors that's the class I play. It's the best class. They're really strong, right? They're really good at attacking. They're really good at tanking. They're really good at DPS. They're really good at tanking.
But they're stupid. So they give up intelligence for strength, right, Jordan?
Yeah, no, but like they have armor, but they're not very good at, like, would you call it, like, self-sustaining?
Social skills.
So like they need other classes that are good at that to help them, like a healer or something. You know what I mean? Like
The
like
traditional trinity.
but all classes are like that in classic WoW or in vanilla, and that's what makes the game. That's what gives it its charm. You need other people to round out that group.
So
That's what makes the Dead Mines so much fun. When you're leveling out in Westfall on the Alliance side, because we only play Alliance here. When you're leveling out on the Alliance side,
You've been pretty passive aggressive. Is this
Yeah.
Jordan 6?
no, yeah, I'll be
Jordan?
honest. I don't like the Horde.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like them.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
If you guys could see Jordan,
Yeah, I don't-
he's lifting his hands in the air like,
Why would I fight for
Off
the
with
Horde?
them.
Yeah, I don't like the Horde.
he's dismissive.
Yeah.
Doesn't your brother?
Yeah, they always want to play as the Horde, and I'm like, okay, well, have fun playing by yourself. I'm not playing with you. I don't want to play the Horde.
All right,
Play the
have fun.
Alliance.
Have fun, loser.
Hey, you know what? Buy me a copy of this game and I'll play in the Horde. Let's see what Jordan comes out.
I have one Horde character out of all the characters I have just to experience their side. but I
Super
don't-
Shocker drops a super chat, and he says they could give away a free Stanley 40-ounce thermos, and I still wouldn't play WoW. I just don't have that kind of time nowadays. Just saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
So no, but so going back, what are we even talking about?
MMO.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
classic.
I
We
think
were talking about the Horde sucks ass.
Grand Theft Auto. I think Grand Theft Auto is the new MMO. I think that's Grand Theft Auto Online and Grand Theft Auto 6, which, by the way, rumors dropping all over the place. We're supposed to get it in the next week. The official announcement of Grand Theft Auto 6 with an official trailer dropping early December. Boom! Cannot wait.
Going back,
That's hot.
Yeah.
going back to what last thing about going back to what chat said about Discovery. I completely get that, especially with Matt talks about having an 8-month-old kid, only has a couple hours a week to play any games. That's what's so cool about Classic Discovery is because what they're doing is they're only letting the level cap go up to 25. And what's cool about that is that basically there's gonna be phases. The level cap will be 25 for the first phase.
How long is a phase?
So they said more than a month, less than 3. They haven't decided. And I think
So,
what they're gonna do is they're gonna be like, all right, a lot of people hit 25 next phase.
Yeah.
So they said more
good
than
way
a
to-
month,
that's actually-
less than 3.
It's actually a good way to do it.
Yeah. So, but what's exciting about that is it can be. I think what they're trying to do is recreate 2004. Everybody's jumping in for the first time.
Yeah.
People don't know what's going on. You may level slow. That's fine. You have time. You're not going to feel like, oh, shoot, it's week 2 and everybody's level 60. Don't get me wrong. There's still going to be people like, streamers and such that'll probably get to level 25 in days because at this point,
Well,
we've optimized the crap out of classic WoW. Like we know exactly where to go and what to do, and people have leveled through those early zones so fast. Like it's just what to do, right? And there's anyway. But I'm excited for it, and I think that is one of the big things that we're all going to be in this level like 1 to 25 together. Like the whole it's going to be cool. And then after that, the next phase I think is to 40 and then 50 and 60. So
before
there'll be 4 phases.
Yeah, but before we talk about time in games, because I think Zulabus and Super Shocker in chat made some good points, but I do want to talk about how Season of Discovery it's kind of aptly named. It's like rediscovering World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And it may set us up for Warcraft on Xbox in respect that now that it's official, presidents and executives over at World of Warcraft have been being asked about is ports coming, and we found out that Blizzard is considering World of Warcraft to consoles. They've considered it before. They're taking
And then
another
realized
look.
it was console, so they didn't care.
Yeah. Holly Longdale said we're, quote, well positioned for an eventual port to consoles, for an eventual port. So it's not that like, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when.
Yeah, so I think there's...
She also said we are Microsoft now in the same.
We are
same
Microsoft.
breath.
It's their new chant when they come into work.
Yeah. She was asked about the technical difficulties of porting it, and she says, well, it depends who you ask.
If you ask the marketing team, it's fine.
And then she alluded that she didn't
what
think.
does that mean? If you ask the IT team, it's impossible.
Yeah.
You put Omar Gomez on that. You guys know who Omar Gomez is?
No.
He's a developer on WoW, and it was during their phase of no, it can't be done. It can't be done. Omar Gomez said, hey,
Give me a week.
Hold my beer. He locked himself in his office for like a week. He came out. He said, I got it. The guy's a hero.
He's a hero.
No, really, they kept saying, oh, it can't be done. It can't be done. He locks himself in his office for a week. He comes out. He's got it.
That is
probably.
No, he is. That guy's a hero.
in game development terms. That is a hero of heroes.
He's a rock star.
That is
No.
a man of men.
How
a
many
rock star.
developers can you name? Like I know the name Omar Gomez. He's like everybody's gonna know that name, you know?
They do now.
Yeah.
They didn't before.
He's got
They
a
do now.
statue.
He should. Because he did it.
People run around work. There's a big sign that people slap that says Omar at the top.
Yeah.
To get them pumped up.
Dude, he's my hero.
Let's address this concern, because I think this is a real concern. It's one that I definitely have. I mean, a problem, an issue, not a concern. In gaming in 2023, and maybe this is why MMOs don't have that same feel for us that they once did. And
Because we have responsibility.
yeah, but maybe there's a new way to do an MMO or something that could be done better to address this. So Zulabus, first Matt Boswell said, I have an 8-month-old and I barely had a couple hours a week to play any games. Zulabus says, I've started playing games on the train to work, totally changed my life. Used to work on the train. This month decided the game's so much better. Super Shocker said, I need games that have levels that can be cleared in a 90-minute time period. Games that I have to go all over creation and level up, I just can't do it. Zulabus said, same. That's why I stopped playing games that are over 30 hours to beat, because I'll never finish them. That is a real issue, which is why I think my rants on tutorial zones... No, that's really... What I'm really saying is what they were saying. I don't have time anymore, and maybe this is it, because it's never really existed before. We're the pioneers of gaming, everyone. That's right, we are. This generation, our generation, the generation of the Zulabus and the
The Top
Reactor
Boy
League and the
generation.
Super Shocker.
The Talk Boy generation.
Yeah, the Talk Boy generation, the Home Alone generation. Games were primarily made for children prior to this. For kids, for teenagers. World of Warcraft, I would say, at its time, was probably targeting a 16 to 21, maybe 25-year-old crowd.
Oh, well, I guarantee you, like classic WoW, the average age is like 36.
Yeah, and now that's entirely different. So these same experiences
classic WoW.
Experiences that we were able to have because we got home from school and had nothing to do because we didn't do our homework and just hung out with our friends and hung out with them virtually doing this kind of stuff just doesn't exist anymore. And so the next MMO that succeeds in a way that World of Warcraft succeeds, maybe we'll need to address those concerns.
Well, and that's actually, I mean, I think Blizzard's taking those steps. I think a lot of us can agree, and if you don't agree with this, I think you just might be in denial. Retail WoW, like retail World of Warcraft, has a terrible new player experience.
Yeah, it sucks.
Because one, they have Tutorial Island, which they encourage you to skip because for money, so you can just boost to the top. And then, Mark, why don't you tell us what you did your first 2 days before you even played your mage?
Oh,
Watched videos?
No, I had to research how to play mage. Yeah. Like, it is complicated.
How many add-ons did you have to download before you hit level cap?
Well, I had the one where I had to redesign my UI, which took like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
I had.
It took you 3 days. Well, you are a perfectionist, so I get why it took a while with the UI.
Yeah, and because I'm trying to optimize. When I go in, I go in.
Yeah,
and I'm going against
in.
players that know what they're doing. And in that game, your stats are projected and placed all over the world, so everyone can see how bad you suck,
and then not invite you,
and not invite me. Yeah. And then I had to do. You can't play bosses without the boss mod. Because
Deadly
you'll just
boss
die.
mods. And then if you want to play at a high level, you have to download weak auras.
Yeah, weak
auras. And then take a class on how to
use that.
Use it, yeah.
So what weak auras does, David, is my character. I was a frost mage. There is a chance certain things happen when you use specific spells.
I know it's like wake. I watched a video and
we'll show you afterwards because it was actually a mage video.
Blown.
Yeah, and then everybody, if you go into a blind, everybody that's even explaining things when I'm trying to do my research, they're using acronyms and words that you've never heard before.
Yeah, like parsing and
proc.
Proc. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is proc?
Come on, man. We're
okay, and they're like,
we're yelling at him in the dungeon.
And the videos are extreme beginner videos, and they're using terms like, what the hell is he talking about? Rewind, play it at 0.75 speed, write down what he's talking about. Anyway, so mine was reliant on certain procs to take place, and then once they proc, then I have to do other things, and that initiates other things, and it's an incredibly, for a new player, as I was, it was an incredibly jarring, and it was chaotic, and it wasn't chaotic. It was just a hard thing to understand.
And that was just for...
And 3 abilities I have the procs on do the same thing, but they're called something different. So
yeah,
I should show you my Excel spreadsheet that I made.
There's a lot of things World of Warcraft can do to, like, there's a lot of classes that have redundant ability, in my opinion, redundant abilities that can be.
I had a glossary page.
Yeah.
Obviously. And it would be like, in Frost Mage, there was like a finger skeleton, frost fingers. I don't even remember. But it would say same thing as this, and that one was same thing as this, but they're called different things. It's just, and those are the procs that needed to take place. And then, anyways, then you know what sucks is all the abilities are off synced.
Yeah. Like
one is 6 seconds, and then one is 3 seconds, and one is 9 seconds, and they have an in clock timer that you can't do certain things and I get why they do that, because they don't just want Chinese bots running around ruining the game to like throwing in macros and stuff. So they have an in-game clock that prevents you from using a lot of these abilities, and some of them you can, and some of them you can't. It's like, David, what I'm getting at is,
I feel you. I feel your passion.
It's a very complicated game to be good at.
Yeah.
Well, and what
can suck.
What he's just saying,
you can just be a hunter and just suck.
What Mark's explaining is just the basics to get into a basic mythic dungeon. Now, if we wanted to play at like mythic, 15, like really high mythic dungeon,
Mythic 12 or higher.
yeah, he's got to go even further down that rabbit hole. It's yeah. So anyway, moral of the story: new player experience is not good. I don't think that's a secret. Now, what's been nice about this last BlizzCon is they talked a lot about respecting the player's time, right? And I think it was Ian Hazzikostas. He said, you're the one on the keyboard. You're the one to put in the time. It's not necessarily all these characters. So what they're doing, which is good, it doesn't fix the underlying issue, but it's a step in that direction, is a lot of stuff is account wide now. Only having to earn reputation once, only having to do achievements once. Achievements on different characters count towards the same.
Respecting the player's time.
Respecting the player's time.
Like that a lot.
That has been said for a lot. That's when there was that mass exodus over to Final Fantasy. Yeah. The big thing a lot of streamers were saying, and it's why they're using these keywords, by the way, because it's because people would say, "Hey, this game respects my time, and this game is okay if I finished it and I need to take a break for a while. Like I'm not being punished for all this stuff." Whereas retail WoW. Felt like that, and that's why Dragon Age.
Two more super chats right here. Dominic DiBiaso, Double D is back. What's up, man? Member for 15 months. Arbitrary dropped his super chat. Huge shout out to Dominic, Mr. Double D. Reactor Leak drops a super chat and says, "Sorry, I'm late to the party today, y'all. I played WoW the first time. I played WoW the first 3 to 4 years of its life. Everything I remember of it and the time I spent, I just can't anymore." Again, respect the time. Baby.
No, and that's
respect.
And I think
time.
that's where retail comes. I mean, Classic I think is a unique adventure and Classic is one of my favorites, right? I think it's a unique style, and I really do think it's one of the best MMOs. And the reason I think that is because the whole world is relevant to you. It's not just about the end game. And I feel like that's what a lot of MMOs nowadays, even in Final Fantasy, like, although Final Fantasy does have a very compelling story that you can work your way through, but there's just so much like, it's always the race to end game. Whereas I feel like in Classic, I don't mind taking my time, doing a zone, playing with friends. I think there's like, they've captured a magic there. Retail, on the other hand, it's about, a lot of it's about endgame, but they have announced a lot of new features.
It is interesting, though, if you're as we age and we have disposable income, we become the most powerful voice in gaming. We probably are, actually, at this point. And so it'll be interesting to see the next big game. How does the MMO genre evolve to include everyone? Because
I'm going to give you a really hot, controversial answer that I disagree with.
Oh, okay.
You make it pay to win.
I think Lost Ark did that.
I know, but if you want a game that respects that, you want to be able to keep up with everybody, but you don't have the time. That's what pay to win does. So I disagree with that. I don't like pay to win
I also
games.
think...
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I think there's, like, for example, I think retail WoW has a lot in it right now, and I would not mind a reset. I think resetting your game...
Here's the thing, though.
Like Tarkov, just wipe.
Well, no, but
straight up wipe it.
Like,
here's the thing,
like restart. Like, basically, when I say reset an MMO, I'm talking like what Final Fantasy 14 did with A Realm Reborn. Like, they basically destroyed the world, incorporated that into their story, and made a whole new MMO that was better than its previous one. Now, the question is, would the new WoW be better than the old WoW? I mean, I guess you really don't know, but anyway, I think like Season of Discovery is a fresh start. You know what I mean? I think stuff like that is good because I'm excited to jump in, be fresh. Everybody can be fresh. The way they're doing it, I think, is very well, in my opinion, very well done because they're doing the levels in phases. So the community as a whole can kind of stay with each other. You're going to have those outliers who, yes, level in, But.
However, you said this to me. I forget what game you were playing. Oh, it was Assassin's Creed Mirage. You were like, I think this is one of the best Assassin's Creed, or has gotten me back into Assassin's Creed in a while, because it's hitting that sweet spot between 20 and 30 hours.
Yeah. I'm not going to say. I mean, it's okay for a game to be over.
It's sure, but I do think that is about the sweet spot too, because that was Starfield. That was Starfield too.
I'm glad Lords of the Fallen is over.
That was about 30 hours.
Yeah.
It felt long because we kept having to take breaks because
Well,
it was there's
And when the game freezes so often, it's slowing down. That's definitely giving me a good extra couple hours over time.
Is there any real competition to World of Warcraft?
well, yeah, of course. I think there's 3 big MMOs right now.
No, but let's be honest. They're not really competing with them, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Final Fantasy
Yeah,
would be
100%.
the number 2, right?
Yeah, it would be number 2 because I think it's the only other required subscription, and it's still very popular.
Yeah, and it got really popular when Warcraft tried to suck.
Well, they succeeded very well in sucking.
So when they succeeded in sucking,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 was like,
say what you will
"Come
about
on
Blizzard,
over."
but when they do something, they go all the way.
come our way.
Super Shocker drops another super chat. He says, my other issue is the crew I game with are very hit and miss on the date and time they can get on. So games like WoW are just not for me anymore. Yeah, that is a struggle. That struggle is real. I'll tell you, you want to know when that gets better for us all, guys? Retirement homes.
Yeah, when we
I
retire.
really do think
They're going to be awesome for our generation.
our the current homes right now are playing Andy Griffith,
yeah.
TV,
Yeah.
and then they,
From their childhood.
we are going to have
Ours will
LAN
be
parties.
raids, dude.
Yeah.
Come to the
raiding tonight?
Come down to the activities room. We'll be raiding
And
tonight.
What's even better is we'll all be able to wear diapers, and so we won't even have to go when we need.
We'll all be raiding tonight. Don't come to your Monday WoW raid. Instead of bingo night.
Yeah, it's raid night. That would be
raid
night.
night. Yeah, and you don't even have to get up to go to the bathroom. You could just
You just go. It's acceptable.
you can't leave now. You're stacking Sunder armor.
It will be interesting, though, to see how a younger generation approaches this. And I think that coming to consoles exposes you to a younger generation.
That's the big question. Bringing WoW to console. I think there's challenges in bringing it to console that they need to fix.
I don't think
before
there's
they do.
challenges at
Well,
all.
yeah. Here's challenge number 1. You essentially have 3 different WoW games right now.
I think you go to class. I think you do class.
You have retail.
I
but
don't
see,
think you bring retail.
the thing with retail is easier to stay caught up in due to
Is
your
it?
pay to win, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they
you
have
can-
things so you can just
you
buy.
can you can just buy a token to get to the current expansion. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. Could you bring just classic? Classic has dated features that I find charming,
Like
but
fetch quests.
maybe a modern audience wouldn't find charming. You know what I mean? And then, in addition to Classic WoW, you now have Season of Discovery, which is Classic WoW again, but with a twist.
Yeah, I
So
think-
you actually have 4, and then you have Lich
That's
King
why
Classic.
it's Season of Discovery. Think about the title. Like, it's a Season of Discovery. I think this is setting up a console move
Watch it.
eventually. This is what's coming to console.
Watch it, Jordan, just be regular vanilla, and then they just add 3 quests.
That would be like right. That would be. Well, we'll know.
That would be funny.
There's well, these runes,
Yeah, and they're fetch quests of all things.
No, I mean, WoW definitely has challenges. New player experience, that's a challenge if you're doing retail, right? Classic, I think, the new player experience is playing the game. And then, of course, the biggest one is add-ons.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the most common add-on that everybody downloads is a UI add-on. That, I think, is very easy for Blizzard to fix. You just design a UI for the console, and that fixes that add-on. But Blizzard has said, and we know this, and you can't deny it, their encounters are designed around add-ons, which I think is,
Problematic.
it is what it is. I think add-ons should be purged from the game. I think there's stuff that Blizzard needs to add into the game before purging those add-ons. But
Well, there you go, everybody. That's exciting. I think it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time to be a gamer. I think we're at the dawn of the golden age of gaming. And this plus AI plus optimization plus Game Pass, everything is happening, speeding up. It's gonna be exciting to see where this all goes. So that does us for this episode, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and joining us. Appreciate it. If you'd like to become a member, again, come over to YouTube, become a member. We're going to do our Members Lounge right after this. I forget the topic of the Members Lounge today. Oh, it's my review of Loki. I watched season 2.
Oh, great.
cool, yeah.
I'm going to review Loki.
Sorry. Oh, great.
Come check it out. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.